infections, liver infections, and ulcer, prostate enlargement, bad breath, and after menstrual pain, chronic cough, asthma, chest pains, arthritis, and after swollen faces in the feet in Nadia. Then you get diagnostic herbal industry, you draw Modiaba, your friendly T74. I had no strong cocra. I don't see any town. I could pay boy a herbal shop and I feel so yeah. Pharmacy shop will be a Ben will be a T74 EBA 1474. I'm on a message here 0246 073498 0246 073498 and after so 050 162 8931 050 162 8931. Now on the diagnostic herbal industry for ND and come on number boapa. Sasna make a choice say ejumeko bako edimu yepa when it comes to land document perfection. E buy your collateral home commodity. Say your credit there, say your prime there. Collateral home commodity bia. And I face no what way Japadi and Krata at the honor able to be that year Juma now so when your profit. Now so when your kakrano we pachowa a Jumeko says on no mudin commoding kuta home. You're from Eclipse Collateral Management. A Juma Sonkokra. They say they have the power to transform your future, and that they are still the game changers in turning property documents into profit. ATN now near your Eclipse Collateral Management, and couldn't come on. Eclipse in here, Eclipse Collateral Management. What am I saying? Krata and a Faban Yafanya Jumama. Nafa will land document to whom Comodia so by any amount. And I feel so collateral whom Comodia and Pachofanina Bra. You were him for your dental barrier, but the Moses Hospital. No. And as the West African SHS war no one casa. Your numbers in here 054 383 2466 054 383 2466. One Sabekanye. Now, our Eclipse Collateral Management for property owners, we say think safety and decent income. And then for businesses, we say think funding before projects. And no Eclipse Collateral Management 054 383 2466 and the Eclipse Collateral Management phone number. Which my from Moses and no more doing come up. Maakye say on the 6th of June 2026, who wears the crown as the best and most performed minister? John Mahama Amembonim. I don't know the sectional minister of the year award. Basokra 6th of June. La Palm Royal Beach Convention Center. And it's an interment. Who wears it? Honorable Eric Opukwana, Minister for Food and Agriculture. And after answer Honorable Kessben Attoforcing, Minister for Finance. And after Honorable Idris, Minister Education. And after Honorable Kojo Samuel Blakwa, Minister for Foreign Affairs. And after Minister of Trade Industry and Agribusiness, Honorable Elizabeth Ofosu Ejare. And so say Emmanuel Ama Kofibua, Honorable Minister of Land and Natural Resources, who wears a crown. Nina Bebaso, Ewayela Palm Royal Beach Convention Center on the 6th of June. And then the media partners, Kessben 92.9 FM, Yekahumbi. I don't to the end of time. Now, Frey Yempe for the book table 0243 332726 0243 332726. Now, I'm paying for soon. Come on.
Pretend and say this super sister. Nina Rapid down for be a Benyano. Mama mention what's in your dance.
They don't for Menyano and Chepam. Chepam, some men can't show, sir. On one Medofo. And into no bit my Wodofunibi. Now I pimp Montarena Mao. Nantarena Kuyama, who shout to me say yes. Office outweigh. And I say outfit a Kuyepa. And I say one sorry entire so wedding Tariano. And I say outdoor so we baby be a person who could be Me pacho dan eye chepam no be ye bibia ma o chepam as a man can show say when it comes to a year in Tarepam party he's the best tailor in the whole wide country and in the terminal fe won no encoding sa wo so chepam as a man can show so wa wo shi market or honom no war ATN in terminal on the encoding come chepam send the numbers in here 020-683-7738 020-683-7738 now ni eye chepam endi and come on now be boa pa chepam or see your custom tailoring and it is 7:49 in the studios of Kessben 92.9 FM and I feel so Kessben TV on DSTV channel 364 and then on Go TV channel 121. Saso and I will share me Facebook Kessben TV and I feel so Kessben 92.9 Kessben 92.9 also on Facebook when sa ebe kame ewo honom and also say obeko www.kessbenonline.com oko honom anwa click Kessben 92.9 FM Accra when sa ebe kanye ewo honom. Bidin Edaman Sanson for Kojo Preko Dankwah. Kessben 92.9 FM Accra. Yewo circle opposite and as adjacent telese office in a circle na traffic line na see honom wa aseda twin towers honom and na won sabeka Kessben 92.9 FM. Menko na fe minko di enkomo me health segment no edusu na fe memfa pomuden ho nkomo embro sisi na fe wia na fe atiesi 1 or 2 niema esi wo manim ne bedi ho ne nyina ho enkomo Dr. Esiama from C4C Liver Specialist Hospital wa kamensa wa homano so ne ndi nkomo na fe yenhwe de ko ne de ba nyina doc memwachi mo akwa aba ema a wet morning because isi ono to a eneto migiri yese we yese bibia so eboko de
yeah, never about the Adaruma, may safe and I be so a boko.
Radiasi, Mr. Dasipa said Danny Dane, Tonsafrewa, Obana on Yebidin Como, stress and any twaso, and intino Yabehe, na Yako Yenimu and Casa. Nano, Mia Miss Halfacrum. Dog Miami Facrum, is here, the Miss Facrum, checking him up. 80 Sena Arsenal, Sena, ye heard him say, there. Champion English League ne die befa entino ne share last match na bit me determine my no entimu na Chelsea boys yakotena ba bia osuhe ya na eja hwe boy nkakrakra obehu na bakokọ na mienuko na bakokọ na mienuko ebo na ne de hwe enti Chelsea na argument yi koso na ye go no so o ma so na so si o mamba akoka ho ne di ba ne ho so na me say ye kọ animu ankasa dog ayi sa enigina yede sa de no dog e be den mema ne teacher e be si den na ya to yebo because your attention ne de hwe ball ne de ekoya no say you reti e be wie na table no so no de ewo so no na no de nie pa me hwa de pa na me hwe ni din sa me say hey I dey doctor na me ba me ka kire de ko ne de no de ne ye be den
yes, right, look, if you no washa sometimes ube didi now so person the ocean movie.
Yes.
Now we did here.
Yes.
When you so now we did we now movie no can start here.
Dabi. Now we go so didi. Now we tibi gum. Now we
be. Look, immediately I be ko baby a enije ewo no na yeshia the force no the brain no hormones are eboa my enije to meet others no ekosoro nti ebasa you are happy to meet people and moreover a game so we need to make it so be ana betting be a wire no corner side ekoyi ama no nti nani age nti enije sa no obo say delirium abem adwe no so are you ready for it nti alcohol one bottle no come no ama dopamine level kakra kosoro dopamine no so that you feel good hormone and then ama feel very good nti no kosoro kakra esa so request for more ya ka wa happy say body no one nyama bi wo ha ebemu a eno ati mi feed no nti so hormone na ama we ni je no kosoro pe eya opemo nti wono wan wato no pe hormone no still would go so din komo environment now one so a energy environment hormone no so you feel good hormone it you request for more it is a way your body a day for more because of the environment I find here so we go how betimi age digum sa afi or coffee ade chia no we say that's what say
exactly
no I say any excessively yes I think say the betimi aye and it's one of the major things is sometimes we call baby sana obefa alcohol na bibia we shouldn't be sitting a lot. You shouldn't be sitting a lot. So sometimes you can just stand or be walking or be show emotions to the game, reduce that kind of zone. Okay. We are part of the game, and reduce their own get up, don't be sitting and relax.
Okay.
And increase your hormone circulation, then also you better need the D before we go and watch such program. Then Miami, it will cut down the amount now your system. And then also you better make so be before we even go and as you walk you better cut down. And these are some of the major things. Of course, more advice is over any of our branches I the back one.
Okay, all right. Look, you better say, final match near Sunday into the work and you better try here. See a bit in a hole and I be the dance a call and I say, in Katia and so yeah, and Katia no more the can win and I quite say, dog.
Oh,
look for FM stress. Part 3 in a Wednesday midweek. And for another year, Wadama.
Yo, I made that say, and pay a better loyal listener. So I say, now Yakaya who say, you go so I 2 year hopeful. If I know accommodate some you did in community to offer stress physiology this week, and then you share some of the major complications are. It may edibate the pediano. So any DNT I cassette, we should find way to manage our stress well. The patcho stress ya cancer hormone a cortisol hormone no ebe dose wo ni pediano muninti. It may a constricted blood no na ama circulation a problem. Until obi wa oni akumayare oni anything that has to do with the cardiovascular system on that a drobia so the cholesterol levels see a pepe. Then so because of stress or damages cause or some of the cells in the tissues the partial cells no tissue no so stress baby not damage or body no respond and that response is what we call inflammatory response. Into your say cases of stress no reduce your immune system. Then so say it may cause damage my cells no emekofa chronic inflammation eba. You see what happens is a chronic inflammation say o body now go through excess stress in terms of a thing ama body need to yibiom enti how moja no how ntin no how akoma no how kidneys how liver how spleen no na very important when it comes to red blood cell formation. You see bibi no apoptosis stresses program cell death, your red blood cells, every 120 days they die. And when they die, new ones have to come. Now your new energy and your spleen and you're responsible for that process. And then they say, if you know that now your stress may reduce immune function, now chronic inflammation affect your spleen so spleen no production from the ability homogeneous factors are obeying the brain so form. The patcho, and only one of the major reasons are cancer also. Because of this, cells proliferate, they grow together, and when they grow together, all the inflammatory cells respond to inflammation in excess way. Then they damage the cell. When you abnormal multiplication of the cell, na kofa cancer, na kofa tumor. It is stress. It may lead to that as well. stress so eba o metabolic function no ekosoro nti ability a yedi break ni oma no ekosoro nti ema o pressure so ekosoro ema o home so ekosoro nti obehwa wo ya ade bi kakra pe wo se wa breast especially when you are stressed a lot and now say and now when you den so e dey mouth because of that cortisol hormone it keep you alert and ade a o ye ni say or prepare your body for the next stress ubenya. Your body is constantly having the cortisol hormone at home. And cortisol hormone so now body in more channel increase chances of stomach ulcer. You see how I say cortisol hormone it decreases digestion. Until we do we did now was digesting terminal yam one day in one day no form. So your ability of digestion, so bad for your how a manipediano. You see, you say it may increase chances of diabetes. And it so what say what you own need teacher, what you own need Diania, a glucose base, a carbohydrate base. Now so what your stress utmia diabetes so a free stress. Yeah, so you don't pay anymore. It means a don't pay problem. If it be osteoporosis, don't pay problem because of a cortisol hormone. The part of cortisol hormone no echewonipedianmuswa it means turning into fat. And fat so check awonipedianma it means turning visceral fat. You see how happens. Visceral fat so a harmful hidden fat actually organs no. And until you go say obi wo ha no nya fatty liver disease. Now so baby sa no I say no monsa or no any of this carbonated drinks, then your baby junk foods no on the local foods or no one or any or you're very particular. I want chemicals in your mouth. Then so abribiano or fatty liver. But your stress level also it make a faster problem, no. Edeba abribiano you don't pay ebu na sa are connected back into your be a friend osteoblast and osteoclast. But how I work cortisol hormone say it reduces the ability of the bones to build up, or rather it increases the ability of the bones to break. And the bones need to be brittle bones also say a feeble in a sense a baby kakre don't penny to me boo, and that is what leads to osteonecrosis, bone death, osteoporosis, bone death, which means arthritis asati in or don't penny more than sarcophagus and no be free day. Stress ediaba. The pacho a coin I have a fast wa. A bit me about the manage stress, talk to a professional. Say your doctor I wouldn't in being come now identify our stresses Simple a time I was a share psychologist, someone to listen to you. Sometimes when you talk to someone, a worry reduces stress and now your part of treatment be the bedside treatment. I don't know so you just talk to a professional. Now I advise so as to manage it this way. Your economics and you might be able to media combine wage smooth amount. Your timing, philosophies and some basic what do you call it, plans be able to media amount. If you are not the only say you just have to time yourself while they are away and then the stress will gradually come down. Say your physiologist soon a cover problem with diabetes, asthma, ne de kan nyina baswa ye be kanfo e draw natural e de amount na e kenya wo body no letini fight all this.
Okay, yeah that's pa. Dog answer na the location in na betu dwa no minim so ope ball, dey ope ball.
Yes.
Okay. Enti team ben now supporting.
Oh, me Madrid fan.
Madrid.
Okay. Madrid this time. Fache minim so obesere and also
Mensro na a message na ba na besa me come outside location now to say please let's buy C4C for Manchester United fans. Why? Currently they are stressed. So doctor is talking about stress. Yento yes C4C. Man you for na. Stress. Yes, say Chelsea so main control say Jolaka ehia C4C ohia Liverpool ni bi na ode kulu na koma because Chelsea omo brepa stress no edoso into no main control na hwe say obetumi asonwo yare C4C no kana mo de be mo a hospital ni na mo de mo fa mo no mo nti omo stress so why
that's now for
Dog, my location name is Yemen Savekau.
See, over the other room, C4C were all over Ghana and to some extent some parts of Europe. Mesra was saying, "Come on, you didn't nano pay no. A fast stress won't ma onipediano who here, the echo winipediano, Nama Sanka Livoton. Livoton bebwao, in a sense, a bebwao brebuano, a massa quarters of hormone, or also a Jumari free body in the mono. We in and tea a stress no so bafom a ma energy back so that I'm a power sorry I'll be to ako wage maswa who demo and to me wa and come in come we are pa my family phone number friend 050 0040331 this is to be 050 0040331 and now say 050 0040328 050 0040328. Now my first for liver specialist hospital. Now my place order for Liverton. This answer, Misaka Liverton na baby a no be no be free delivery at the abreme. Now Misaka business wa ya build a diet plan ya mami. Ama mevu de also medi di any kwai said medi na po medi no so ACP. Say stress etinye yi sa hormone free body mu na nkwa nkofa diabetes akomayare any or how for ansamba. The patcho yechira kwan so wa Cape Coast Green Hill opposite Addison Square Garden and Kumasi so we just so kwa Mojachi Junction Accra Adenta SDA Junction Monday to Saturday NAA Juma. For more than visiting na fair number 050 0040331 and 050 0040328. See for Liver Specialist Hospital. So better boy your own quantikai national so na bon by na Kenyano with Liverton. Once treated, forever treated. I don't pay yada OBBRC. Congratulations to all Ghanaians.
Thank you.
Na moya yensa. Table later nia.
Se ya buy na woso. Yada say.
Munju eni last.
Ya beti eni. Dr. Isiamani and then didn't come out from C4C Liver Specialist Hospital and then they didn't come on a health segment in the day on 5 minutes into 8 a.m. Meeting at the Mansanson for Kojo Preko Dankwah. Now let's hit the road and then let's deal with the matters of interest. So, Sesiano MPP Abino beyond what the minority leader I think over the weekend on a press conference or debate tuja especially with the Adenta Circuit Court 9 and a judge no hono and who issues in no prior to that na nkrofo bakum miense bia police for de omusa anamudo omusa kan ma no mokochi omo ma party officials call headquarters police headquarters to really demand the release of sa nkrofi omo party members no sesiaro akona nimu ama the New Patriotic Party sesia omo say omo de petition international committee for demand immediate intervention friends international communities make diplomatic calls to really see say ombutumi can be among when it comes to the arrest of omo party members and who to the minority caucus in parliament petitioned diplomatic corps say they should look into these matters for them now for omo na abain and I said the NDC abain na etiswono unjai atichi. So I am at a loss whether it is the Abino and Echichi and Nasa Ghana Police led by a Chief Inspector Anna Kasemu IGP Yahunu and Nejuma and Nasa Dia. But Yankoshe minority caucus Saso and Yinti on 92.9 FM as to what minority EPSE international community no momo.
Executed and intimidated for comment critical of government or state institution. The state's response to the political criticisms has shifted from democratic engagement to criminal prosecution and persecution. The dangerous trend exemplified by the recent arrest, prosecution, and remand of Mr. Kwame Bafo, known as Abronye, the Bomo regional chairman of the MPP. Mr. Bafo was arraigned before Circuit Court 9 in Accra on charges of offensive conduct conducive to the breach of peace and publication of false news, following comments he allegedly made criticizing a judge and questioning judicial impartiality. Your Excellency, Without doubt, since the assumption of the office of John Dramani Mahama, the National Democratic Congress on 7th NDC government on 7th January 2025, the nation has increasingly witnessed the brazen and continuous weaponization of state security institutions by government officials to settle personal scores with ardent critics of the government, particularly members and sympathizers of the New Patriotic Party. What is unfolding in Ghana today is not ordinary law enforcement. It is a systematic criminalization of dissent, political intimidation, and the deliberate suppression of opposition voices through the cohesive machinery of the state. At the risk of sounding repetitive, the following members and sympathizers of our party are among the many victims who can be described as government-sponsored persecution, harassment, intimidation, and the criminalization of free speech. Mr. Kwame Bafwa Abonye DC, Reverend John Intim Fojo, who is a member of parliament for Asen South, Paul Abumoche, who is also a renowned journalist, Daniel Abumako, Mohammed Zakor, Yaya Abewu, Fanti Comedy, Mr. Achenkwa of Untumi TV, Okateche Afrifa, Kofi Ofosun Kansa, Alfred Abelio, known as Adenta Kumi, Gordon Asaribidiakon, Abubakar Yakubu, known as Baba Amando, and recently David Esando, who only posted on social media that Dunso is back. Your Excellency, this young man was brutally arrested by men wielding sophisticated arms far away in Agunas Way, brought to Accra. The following day, the party searched everywhere. We went everywhere for this young man. We went to every state institution, only for us to be told around 5 his whereabouts. Profound constitutional questions regarding the legality of the detention itself. Selective justice and political double standards. The selective and partisan application of the law has become impossible to ignore. While opposition members are swiftly arrested, detained, and prosecuted for allegedly speech offenses, members and officials associated to the governing National Democratic Congress who engage in similar or more egregious conduct are routinely ignored by law enforcement agencies. The MPP formally petitioned the Ghana police concerning the violent conduct threat allegedly perpetrated against some senior party officials during some of our by-elections. We just had the Akotia by-elections, and as we speak, Your Excellency, we have not heard from the Ghana police. Threats to judicial independence. Your Excellency, we are equally compelled to express our grave concern over the growing perception of executive intimidation and encroachment upon judicial independence. The recent removal of Chief Justice, Her Ladyship Justice Gertrude Araba Esaba Saki Tokono, has generated widespread apprehension within the legal and judicial sectors regarding the independence of the judiciary and the security of judicial tenure. There is now a growing public perception that judges who render decisions unfavorable to the executive risk professional victimization or political retaliation. The denial of bail in politically sensitive matters, the apparent willingness of some courts to endorse punitive detention for free speech-related offenses, and the increasing judicial deference to politically motivated prosecutions have further deepened concerns about the state of judicial independence in Ghana. The judiciary must remain the last line of defense between the citizen and the cohesive powers of the state. Our public confidence in the judicial neutrality is compromised. Constitutional democracy itself becomes endangered. Your Excellency, the case of Abonye DC is not isolated. The MPP has documented the multiple incidents involving the arrest, detention, intimidation, the prosecution of opposition figures for expressing political views, for criticizing government officials. I mentioned Mr. David Esando, MPP Agona West organizer, who was arrested for just saying that Bunfa is back, meaning that we have erratic power supply. Mr. Abubakar Yakubu Baba Mando was also arraigned before and remanded on charges for posting something on Facebook. Adenta Kumi, Reverend Itim Fodlo, and several journalists, Your Excellency.
Okay, so this is what the minority at the Tuja since yesterday talking about a series of arrests, also mentioning names upon names. Yachiomo Egumo Omofo said the NDC government is not really doing well with some of these things and all that, and indeed it is happening to them, and they are thinking say and Sheda Enkoye may support the argument where the what we have been calling the Rambo style arrest na ekokosono enone de ensem fata say be obi adan homache na ye boni pum ni buni gate ni e fa no ni e de ne ko and all that. I want to concentrate on the police and not do party politics and not say the NDC, because clearly sorry, the Ghana police and the Nejuma. If some point in time you had the same issues where police were also arresting the same political party, then when they were in government near Chichiamanfo with the same Rambo style, meaning the Ekusi. But you see, there are pockets of some of these issues that we need to make it clear. So for instance, we should understand the fact to say obi a content ukofa na utu udaneno na uyusu na ude ye adefufra. That is copyright infringement, and it is unlawful, a criminal. As I say a TSSR sabi me major wohwe na kwabane afa na ude ye adefufro senior na original content nete na uyusu ye na when bisa permission no. We should understand say people have intellectual property. People should understand say you were copyright infringements. And you know, so we could pursue obi adie na obi adaneno na se nipa kono report ma police as I say chill. This is not politics. We any politics. And you know, we should understand say any maybe we want as politicians more yeah, because most of you do not understand what copyright infringement is. You do not understand what copyright matters are, which you should be beer anyhow. And then when you are arrested, we turn it to be political. That is not fair. Meba no mama be this sound come away, but me kwa humana suna mene lawyer Minta or director legal Eastern region of the NDC. Me no NT and come and faho and na fe what the law really says about some of these things in our face, you know, and komodia minority for AD the arrest in no. I am torn between whether it's NDC government na because what ura nanabi can say or say a systematic political intimidation coming from the NDC. And let me find out whether lawyer Minta agrees to that. Lawyer me mo achi mo akwa ba eba Kessben TV so na face Kessben 92 na mijiri ese bibia bokode
na biado na me hoya pa na mo so
erade adom yegu so enkakra krasa. So nanabi clearly make it clear to all and sundry ubia say a systematic political intimidation and a NDC for ashada enya NDC aban enya botre and all year against the new patriotic party. I don't know moyesa wadama.
Yo, meda waseni akonya no na magina so de echi etie for ni Ghana fo nyina. Na nabi kan sa politics no way no. Politics they can be also bigger so that your party no can be at least it will stay relevant. The loss in the 2024 elections, you know, etimium pa eti deda no moye because 38% no mnya, you know, from history no very disappointing. Eti clearly no they are on a downward trend. Guana party nibu. Inji omo anye dede a Ghana for rebefium say oh MPP kwa agusu ho. Inji also mo kosu yedidi. Now, okay, a trend be a cause war. It's not about a trend be a cause. The fact remains that previous NDC administration, normally the number be a lot of attacks, especially during the Mahama and the first presidency term. And one of them yana, normally good Mahama Hufiano de Lusu 2016 elections. Inti said you BBC not one for 1 year. Next, one Mahon can say NCB. Inti this time around, and the person make that mistake. No, na nema san quite here. Inti acquire who the see I do. Inti say nipa no nye bone dia as a foforo. But so no waba also so too one among. So na be I will be adwen and say, oh okay, miss make me akwa ebi na me ya VNC. This administration here Mahon can say. It is not about the number of times arrest be akoso. It's also about the number of times infractions of the law, violations of the law in Swakoso. And say Kuku Nanja, Kikanis Winjai. Say Omujadi Omoyana, Ubia Hombatono. So say be when Ubia Gania Cochino. Nemo so cotton reduce or now social media, now pursue name and so pursue. It means out. Into the Canada politics no, they didn't know it.
Lawyer, but they didn't know. Yeah, the point again is that in Tisamaba radio so sebi ana pakujina ayemiame podcast so na medin komo na makasimbia ye force ensem fata. Do we have to continue with this attitude of the Rambo style in court, where yetichi amanfa humache ne yedi chudi wechi ni ababe fawe fifie na? Can't we just invite? Can't we just go through that normal process in a beya amanfo benya ayisa that nese enye achichi sebi say achichi oye dem mom na invite wa na woko na wakwa kudin komo, because clearly addition they say in Asia, because if there are laws when it comes to cybercrime, there are laws that has to do with issues with one of the act, I've forgotten the name. Sebi ye necessary Asia and humra and sebi ye didi ye na radio so any sebi abonten kasa dia. Then we should make it mild. Sene beya sebi nipano ye mayin hu say bia a intimidation coming from a certain government.
So far, me who will be a Rambo style coaching. Or more minimum will be a mom invitation or Mankasaba. Okay. If there's anyone out there, the Rambo style coaching, I have not heard of that. Meaning, no invitation. Invite you no Mankasako. Okay, so do the powers of arrest can always be invoked. Invoke an HSB within the law.
Okay, so if I mention thing, baby to say a sando, aguna say na ye de 4x4 gidi yes 2 na ya kofa no na ye de no ko ye nim be de na fa adenta kumi. For instance, we all saw the video where ye ran if police for any omo mufti I mean omo who create 2 I mean, I am sharing you can imagine how things will, I mean, Sebi, Adenta Kumeire na Unyinsane, and all these things are happening. And I may can say, why won't we then channel it in such a way? So, okay, like the way I was doing, you know, maybe we should move beyond and let the police and the BNI understand that these ones are not like Yakochi Eye arm robber and Yakochi be a Widi Wanase Bibisa. I mean, we should then calm down and see, say, bit to invite such people very well.
To that extent, I agree with you. However, also the security service always operates with intelligence. And they may have intelligence that you and I may not have. And that intelligence may also be factored in how they go around to go and to undertake the activities. And many times, now we should not be quick to rush to condemn, because you may never know. And I know all the intelligence information are in the public, because sometimes who provide the source, the intelligence information now, it will link to a source. People can be able to detect. Meanwhile, source may be very vital for future, intelligence. And sometimes we need to also be a little circumspect when we see these things. It's not like Obia said that's what could do, be bonny, whatever it is. Okay, no combo, no prepare, no, or chili fear for them. Then we can now talk about, say, okay, this is excessive. What would be the basis for this or that? Or but say, Soja for me, no me, sir, on the car, be a Maakye. It may be the intelligence was that, you could by 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, Nipan Bejani. It could be. You can never tell. Doing that intelligence, and quickly also act as soon as it's too late. Into that's one could move out, that's a Nipan on here now, Kofana. That may not be excessive, what you are saying. In the intelligence operations, there are not so many things come into play. In Diana, we should also be quick to condemn, because unless are not compromise on the work that needs to be done. But the most important thing is then we those kind of things. Then of course other questions can be raised.
Lawyer, this issue of Aban Fofraba, I should mention because Mutu Nana Sebio Mudi on my so now Moshe on my neighbor to me Akone Nimye. Once upon a time, some 8 years ago, Obete Samijan Fifi UTV will see former near ya channel. Obete Yesi we were sorry near Fano. Obete Yesi we were near Fano. Then we are back again with the NDC, and then we seem to be seeing the same thing that is happening. Why is this thing being back and forth with political parties? It look as if say yes sir, then people might feel say what the year me so me ba be JB and nyambotre na me find yo sana me ba be yo, because then if you hear obi to say Dr. Baumia neka se mo kan ya no maka obete ora afenyo maka no maka aka MPP for 2 years 2.5 years ago mo be mo kwa. It look as if say it is a game that these two political parties are playing, and how do you?
They meet me account one say democracy it's a process. Say bibi ya said that na ya because it's a stage. I'm not saying say it's intentional, and I bibi ya cause say if these things are being done intentionally, so why am I intermission by the then we have to take a step back and reconsider and then probably bring an end to it. However, if if you have valid grounds for these things to be happening now, well then we can't question it too much. But maybe we can look at how we can adopt a different approach going forward as a country in our democracy, so that maybe excesses be or it's me a boy. So, well, for now, that is what I can say. For me, I don't think say it be intentional. But it's also normal with human beings. I can see who try me and next time I must make up. I call something normal with us, human beings. But at some point, we must grow and mature out of it. And then be able to do something different.
Lawyer, how do you say this when the MPP says a petition, call the international community demanding that share intervene into the arrest of Nkrofwa? How do you see this position that the MPP takes here?
Okay, and already I have my strong reservations against it, because Ghana is a sovereign country, and we need to be seen to be manifesting our sovereign nature and not always going begging for other people to come and intervene in matters that are domestic. So these things need to come to an end, because sometimes, many times, other countries tend to look down on us. Even when we are completely capable of handling our own affairs, they think that we cannot. It's all because there are always internal forces that are always going to them and begging them for help, which should not be the case. I don't think there's anything they can do, because we are a sovereign country and this is a domestic matter that is ongoing. Because you can't go to Sweden or Canada or US and tell them how they should arrest their people, how they should prosecute their people. And so these things need to come to an end. Independence started in 1957, and the one who gave us the independence, which is Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, made it clear that Africa or Blast, we can handle our own affairs. So why is it that every time we want to go and beg these people to come and intervene in our matters? It needs to come to an end.
Okay. Lawyer, hold on, Mama. Now, Unia, another lawyer Enoch Afwakwa of the MPP will line so or common petition the diplomatic community regarding this particular matter. No, now I feel we should have a good discussion on this one. Lawyer, me watching my Baba Kessben TV, so now Kessben 92.9 FM. GD is a bit about Kojo. Now on the
my little brother and so on so home.
Exactly, lawyer Minta.
And all can sovereignty once me and mention papa. I want a sovereignty come on no boys.
So clearly, Yohana Mbeza say if now, if the country is a sovereign country, just as lawyer Minta Air Canada. Adaina sebio wadama mumbe to me efi eyo mine one petition IGP, one petition president, one petition any authority the chief justice, no one, but you want to go above the country to go and seek a community, diplomatic community and international community, help on this matter. I didn't hear.
But I say, they can't find just when come out with tearful, I know what for so. Now, Menka say. NDC among you go free Ghana a sovereign state. I don't the diplomatic community engagement. And I say, it's here, a British and sovereignty. And among withdraw Ghana from the Committee of Nations that belongs to the United Nations. You withdraw Ghana from the membership of the United Nations. You withdraw Ghana from the membership of the International Monetary Fund, IMF. Now, you can share all the diplomatic communities, or more diplomatic relations, or more embassies, and high commissions, or Ghana, hanging us will be uncle the group, and Ghana from or Ghana has it. Certainly, it is not, because what regionalism and integration as here. In terms of the globalization, we are seeing a tobacco, in Abba, Yeden die and Adebia Ecos or members and so Ubia also eche. You know, these diplomatic communities almost saying and they also report to the sending state as to the occurrences Nema Ecoso Ghana. Whether you approach them or not, or Enema Ecoso Ghana has here almost send a report back to their sending countries. Now in common say Ghana is signatory of the UN Convention on the People and Human Rights, Africa Convention on Human and People Rights. All the human rights treaties and the conventions are yasin sign we are seeing Ghana yedian sasha sebi. And you are moving even a step further to even codify the chapter of our constitution, the 1992 constitution, the Bill of Rights, the human rights provision, they clearly you elevate you to a notch further, you are codifying in black and white letters. And say and never be a coso. Now any ankasa ya ho ya ka na fe de ejin semu a e wo se ya mawia se nyina so asote said ne yese na ekoso Ghana ha ye ntena se ema asedua o se asifo emfo ansa na yakobo mpanyifo anase yakobo ankonkra ma ne yese se na ekoso eti no ebo be ya ya fatu ye ho so se yese bo wa made bigidi yese NDC ebe na mo opposition no they equally went to diplomatic communities. Musu kogbo amane enye bia no mu fi se ekoso o man ni wa omo ne aban no ho aye o mampanye akufu ado aban enya adwen obo koya ko even IMF eko World Bank eko report Ghana ema the International Monetary Fund eko report Ghana ema IMF eko even UN country director ho the petitions eko enunti say political persecution against free speech ekoso Ghana ha. Now say if we say a breach of the human rights provisions in our constitution, you undermine the opposition voices. You persecute against perceived political opponents. Now you cannot the courts of Ghana na enye juma. You weaponize state security against perceived political opponents. Why one you beko? You can come beyond the international community. I don't see yako and rather you need the dean of the diplomatic corps. Akoko dinkita ho ye de petition amano wa maya hon anhoba say obema the diplomatic community in Ghana nyina so aswate ne ekoso ene de abedan no ogbo mu nyina so amane na omu nyina ho so na da omu ho so e wo so omu so bo akire kusia Ghana man panyimfo na omu ne omu so ekototo ekodinkita ho e wo de abedan omu na omu so no they will do that ye fi say ensenhwe aban enema isa asie se ekoso yi ya bo aban amane ye ne aban din kita ho aban echetua na so onte ye ohun de ekoso abanje ekotro dum so is back na even energy minister cry press conference aka kire sampa se akoso mbo kanea no accident ge si o meje bia si o ama Kessben se bi kra ko off your friend is saying omu change transformers into no doom so no some part can't table in aba yenya way is obi sure doom so is back as a citizen odimba the social accountability from political leadership aba onu so tia light bill yes ya kochire no ed na ba besie for good over 24 hours na ye search ye nam police ye nam BNI ye nam national security ye nam national signals bureau ye chiri epe abranche ye chi akwan ye hu no enya ho mete say even one more kochire no mpo no on the identity of the people nobody knows omo call with just 2 pickups and 1 Land Cruiser ye nim kasa police for you so kruma say enye bia identity of the people no enye bia obi animu a we don't amount to even kidnapping say because obi na be kidnapping no that's a idea we say you na cost o mining na ye state sponsored na ye free say baby edru no e wo say e bo amane e mewia say nyina te de cost o Ghana ha say ya minia minta say Ghana a sovereign state and we a domestic issue na issue be na domestic issue be domestic issue be domestic. And once a domestic, no, now say a breach international law. We are fair within our right. See a complaint to the international community, no almost so edu amanu ebi.
Lawyer, answer me about near minta hono. I just want to ask you this question. 2 things. First off, I want to know from you whether you believe and trust the system. Ewo eye Ghana memuha. 2. Sa petition ya mode call eye international community hono. Mokuchre egu eye nkrata so na mode command. If same was done to maybe IGP, maybe the Chief Justice, maybe eye Omampenya kasa in Jubilee House, wouldn't that, I mean, be better off than going to the international community? Anna.
Kojo.
Yes, sir.
My main concern say we the first step I take.
Okay.
There are other steps I be take here. The Ghanaian authorities never come here. Maybe never come here with placards and demonstrations.
Oh, why them placard?
The actions are able to kill in our end to justice. We are still at the planning stages.
But
these are our constitutional right. Yeah, these are our constitutional right. It is not anything illegal.
No,
we are a lawful political party. And any tool available to us the laws of Ghana and prohibiting the laws of Ghana access to we will assemble all those tools at our disposal and make sure that your challenges, how any kodanda ebiano mpenyufo a yedu tumi ahye omunsa so omumbu o my Ghana omototo o my Ghana no how aduro omanim e ma yehu se omo etu ho na omo a de asomdwe ni pepeyo ebebe o my Ghana nim hase
but
let the children any petition children there United Nations yanko omo ho yebeko other areas no so yebeko na yebeti see the street of Accra so yebema police for also notice that's on to the Public Order Act no na e was say ye tinto suko ko chira ban ma ban hu mi say NPP as amanyuko no we are law abiding na ye say be opusu ohufo a oto ne bema and you know ye be dan ye ho di a kire aban ama ban hu say ne ekoso ne ye bonyo so say a domestic issue into domestic laws now allow say ye demonstrate and yes sir I don't say the domestic laws no allow for demonstrations, lawful assembly, any nema. We will conduct ourselves in that regard. No, I'm a Ghana phone you know. I'm a Bible phone you know who say the air cost no, the bow end so.
Okay, so I was just about to ask you before I go to Uniaminta, say why go to your mother with placards and dede, and then rather go to Obia on your mommy on your piano rather than you go there with that calmness now with the echo and I don't know when you the opposite way rather.
Jankaba oko ni mama ni papa ni ho na se oko obi a obegbo an kakra ho no mo a ode ahobrase ode esun ene eko so o mama ni papa ti ase na se u demand bibi ho ma it is their responsibility to maintain you. Maintenance is the responsibility of your parents. And to be a lawyer minta wa ho ma so be catch your maintenance and the responsibility of your parents. So you and that's all your now they abofra be wiase a e wa sade say wo na wo hwe no na de hie bia no wo na provide man to say nipa no na so bedwo no na bra bo be koyi ama no e nti ye koye papa ho e yo mampanyi ho ye koye of ho chief justice ho ye ko ye na oye speaker of parliament ho no mo a ye ko de ni bre so ene ahodie mu awo be so mo na wo yen omo ti de ye ho na omuti ene de omosi ho no so omo hwe yen so enti ne oso omo ye mayen no oso omo ye mayen
lawyer what ye lawyer Enoch Afoka wunia lawyer on also ni case or there to huni. I mean your take on some of these matters now for your page with DNC.
Yo Mr. Binchi Aminu Afoka member na kwaba enemu no say now o chirichi bu say Ghana ye can say sovereignty there and now see a train who fi any international organization and diplomats mother dey na emu bi anko ni fi o kan say say ni na ye some Americans and people for mbeso mo kasa na ye ti omonka with all due respect also say the NT as anko for ni na wa around purposely for business and okay say we are seeing na see I back one mostly because of a lot of business relations that go on, trading and also what I say, and not for them to go and interfere in domestic political affairs. No, that is not their main purpose. But then also, say many abema afwakwa in say in law there will be exhaustion of internal remedies. Before you move to a certain level, you must demonstrate that there are certain remedies that are already available to you. You've already exhausted them with no outcomes. For which reason you are now trying to activate additional remedies at a higher level. A very good question, I will say, IGP will one petition. Parliament will, Chief Justice will, Presidents will, if you one petition, also as we call diplomatic. Then you are basically inviting them to come and interfere in a domestic affair. And all of this points clearly, say, NPP just want to, with the greatest of respect, make noise to be heard, so everybody will know that they are still around. No mungu yet. What they are saying. That is all it is about. Because they are on my dream, that can say be fracture. We can't see some so say. Omo you near ne kwanswa. And you are the only confer diplomatic. But maker also, and say, you say penny for say, who to ejina mwafono na who to momon so for. So what you are saying. And they say now, obviously, because of your money in Jehono, a better say, Omo Kasa, a video movie as no more MP4 members, no, and officers, no more two or no more catch them, say, Motion Hushi, if you say, a more Ghana, won't be so young, conquer the open, into which I now create the upper and manage the building ye. The building ye is when SAB and now about the child. And the MP4 and Kasa should talk amongst themselves. Some members plan it to call the diplomatic call and give them whatever petition and almost my harmony now. They should first fix their house. They must call for their own internal meetings and train their people, educate them, inform them, and instruct them not to go out there to misbehave. Because back in the day when they were misbehaving, this time we will not do that again. And we are sending that message clear. In the home say, make me misbehave every day, every now and then. Me the watch media. Misbehave 1,000 times, sir.
Okay.
He has to a better 1,000 times, Okay. This is not about the abuse of power or an attempt to intimidate or to coerce anybody into submission. Okay. It's about the use of the law. Okay. This time, now they are still away from trouble.
Okay.
Now,
okay. Okay, let us say, let for community last words now. Fame in French,
yeah, Kojo. Yes, sir. My main country, I mean, to say, all two Nini no more NDC. Now, I'm sure Moon Crimes will say there is no statute of limitation as far as criminal liability is concerned. In 2024, Yemi Abasintali, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia picture. No, they say you Preko Ashen in Sabunkum, Ede Krabie Ashen in Sanifa. Ubi Ancheno, Dr. Baumia, no a chairman of the Ghana Police Council, no a vice president of the Republic of Ghana. Suppose no Gunke Musum in any mass or Ghana, a Guyera Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, Nesum. And then in Yinaso, any master. Nesono Yanchi Ubia. Omukoye demonstration of Bank of Ghana, Ekotonium, a radicum nanado mayen. But anado as a tolerant leader, Anka say, yes, young kum nanado, and Untino, Yankochi Ubi, Yanchi Ubia. And sama, or Mampenyo Tiakunyaso, a cracker say, Nanado, Emma the Bush of Uganda Japadi said the Baya, that your Kwahumi Jimwa, Yedisa, a Hunsus, Sikani be Ebeshano. And then so be when no your man penny until now do send a bush and for chrono de siaman. And uti send obi kasana si a betrin nasa minke catcher say a betrin in the air. Lawyer ni on himself president. What's a president? To say what he can acquire obi a fasubi. and it is helpful to know to Ghana for Ayati. Yenina Sheba can power is transient.
Yeah.
Send the power crowd in some more and Yafibo. Now the Ekati or Mone say the Ekosura dia Ekoswa, Ebeka MPP Kasabua say him. Nedi Humber 2 MPP among your Kono, any members so.
Okay.
The member be Abekabia no party for so. Okay, now no press conference a year or Sahina Fenyo Marcus, minority leader. A year or party headquarters now. Yeah. The New Patriotic Party as a political party, no, F4 Kasa or Kayani now so 100%. 100%.
Okay.
I don't know some over here. I want to say you
okay. All right.
Now I don't know the day no young over prison. Nelson Mandela of prison video Mampenny. Kwame Nkrumah if prison e video Mampenny. I don't know anyone.
Okay.
Say a Kasa and a day you prisoner. I want you to before you now kogum. Na dey Nyankopon ma ye bill.
Right.
Na me gidi say emre say the 24 say to ekai and emre ye ninka so.
Okay.
E dey ya emre be sesa.
All right.
Na emre sesa say susu dua ene omo susu ye no. Se o china bi ye bi susu omo a na be ye omo da. Omo to aso na omo direct say ye kan ne omo kire ye ne atere ye kira ate ye china chi ye nim ya prepare eruti ye pia bonte fifi a. Ye kra ya busuafo say mi ko in ebia na mama. You say, who say mama, bra BNI, and bra CID, and bra Signals Bureau, and bra National Security Bureau,
okay.
Yeah, ye PF ayekra.
Okay. All right.
It's a catcher lawyer minta. And in the end, if you want to say, ye PF ayekra.
Okay.
Because you said the air cost of my mono. You bet me at any time. There's also no you want to me.
Okay.
Air the Yame, or course, or boy and Hobine, or boy and Hobine.
All right. La, better see be brave, say, you know, Eddie and Komoloya in knock a fork when you know Eddie and Komoloka petitioners and home, and our first lawyer Minta, who is the director legal Eastern region of the NDC, and no more Eddie and Common 44 minutes into 8 a.m. meeting at Amasan soon for Kojo Preko Dankwah. You just tune in now, Uti a Kessben 92.9 FM Accra, and our face, you know, O share a Kessben TV, Kessben matching. And waso eguso na face weni eguso a wo share no meba na fa ba bedin komo with a Ziga on Ziga Steak, brought to you by Gingermed Dental Clinic Limited.
Yamo akwa ba e de ba Gingermed Dental Clinic. Gingermed Dental Clinic e asre ya e sim hodwuma. Komo a yebedi efa tooth replacement ho se osi etu na wose ye bofoforo e de hye ho ma. Nya hwe sunsu anso a se wosi tu no wan hye foforo a betimi e de abrɛwo. Dedi kan enipa ese e enipa ni monyam. Uko nipa mu na wo kasa de ye hwe e ye wosen de ebo ma wotimi didi e ye wosen o kasa de ebo ma words bi o ha wotimi pronounce ye so e ye wosen e didi dwumadi ahodo bebre ndi se ese na etu a ehu behia se obeba ne ahye fofo enso e ho e de ama wo nso obi o ha ne se no na ba kusie nim ba kusie chiri enya ade a ehye nkwan jenye ma de etu en sa afetu na mo bra nyenye ese ne fofo emfa hye ho nso emfa ma wo afen nso nipa osimo wonuma ebo ema obon no ekipi in good shape. So we see two no one replacement. So side of the bone, ebitimi atum amana yi, and as ebitimi ebuobum send ya yeta aka no amana yi maintenance masa ha no ento. To anamon ba say esena atu no ye hye foforo e wo honfa mo. Esena ba yo ma ahodo bebre. Ye we esena ba ko a hye wa obitimi yi wa de. Wa ho no wasa hye. Na de ba ko wa bonten say nipa do na agidi say de wo hye obitimi yi ntimi fa didi. Enya sa na tie. Ye mawa obetimi de didi obetimi de akasa obetimi adwumadi ahodo bia wodidi bia no ye mu ahodo mienu ye wo flexible one ye ta fa ne van plus no and afa ye wo acrylic and afa ye wo de ye hyewa untimi emfa wonsa nka bi na se untu bi eno so e fixed prosthesis eno so tu ana mo ba Gingermed Dental Clinic ye be ye eso de amount ye mu ahodo mienu ye wo PFM and say porcelain fused to metal and afa ye wo ba kon so e fa implant maintenance fee to ana mo ba Gingermed say o si na tu nkwa de Gingermed Dental Clinic ye be boa near restore o smile on back to say na e tell her Gingermed Dental Clinic ya chi kwan nya ya kwan kra Ghana ha fan na nyina Gingermed Dental Clinic e wo o hwe wo Accra Gingermed Dental Clinic 2 branches e wo Accra the first one e wo Nungwa right after Nungwa Senior High School o do any check Kantamanto no nsaben ku so pe Gingermed Dental Clinic branch e wo ha any NDC office no anase Italian pub e dey ani hwe e wo Nungwa afen so atomic down ba make abanya about odo ani che taifa no nsabe nku so pe Gingermed Dental Clinic branch ba ko so ha ye di edwumadi wo ho afen so santimantal mu kumase o he ya Abepo junction total filling station no achi wo pe odo ani HG no nsani fa so wo pe ye ne Methodist school ne wa Abepo junction no ene di animhwe afen so kumase ho he ya Atonsu high school junction traffic light na se wa pe Gingermed Dental Clinic branch ba ko so e wo ha ye di edwumadi e wo ho Kofo bi aso he Janime Dental Clinic a ye Central Police Station no enche mu ha pay ne Central Market no e bi enhwe a ye bi edwuma die ho abonsan na Central Police Station nche ho na takwa den so he Janime Dental Clinic ye branch na pipe and no traffic light Tadisco Junction ho a enka ne bebi ana GM Bank e wo no sa abonsan ko na mu na Janime Dental Clinic ye wo a ye di edwuma die aflawo so Janime Dental Clinic e wo Ecobank Story Building na Story Building na Ecobank e wo ase no esoro pe na he Janime da obehu ye e wo aflawo afeodu ani kochiem e wo techima no so abono mantemu Janime Dental Clinic e wo Mazi Road enkom hotel achiwa pe ni AY Ahmed e bi enhwe e wo techima afenso ese mantemu so ye wo Tamale Janime Dental Clinic branch e wo Tamale Tishigu ye the post office no e bi enhwe anase adjacent the MT main office na ye bi enjuma die e wo honom Tigana hafa na nyina de Janime branches no afeti Ghana ha nyina utu anamon ba ye behwew ne aboa na osere na okasa so akoyi e de amaw se wo he TV na se a ye numbers ni egu ase no bitima frɛ Janime Dental Clinic e wo sa homa tofo yi so 054-990-6588 ofra doctor ebeje wo so se inquiries no make ebeje wo so ne aboa na so sere na okasa so akoyi de amaw Janime, it's time for you to smile again.
Okay, so 49 minutes into 8 a.m. and Konafi and Ziga and Twas on Ziga Sticky. We are now feeling a kid and aspiring national organizer of the MPP and Afezu Ura Alexander, a core conformer parliamentary candidate, Botiano English amount from of the ND is already seated and into no Ziga. We pat Nafi the discussions, you know, as it's just so our text message and WhatsApp message in a part of Fadina making kind as so amount a wufia and Ziga. Morning, be about Kodia.
Yeah, baby, I'm a call.
Yeah, the radio say. A radio dom kakra iguzo.
Yes. Me buy cat any mo honom, Charlie. You so no flag.
Yeah, I know you're heading.
Eti abi bisa me ho say. Eti aya. Ahora Ghana mpanyufo na honom na mo. Mo say de bia flag mo. Na say me say engineers bia be yi no ma bi kakra. Ama ba form kakra but it no easy. Udu nyame cha junction. Udu Roma koso otu mo. The same play, the same thing for so many years. They are tired. You know why? But you see, NPP na Enra Jumedi Omukudi ya Abufise abayi tete womo na omode petition and the command the diplomatic community. It is good. Dance obe acting weird. In the reaction to what is going on, it is good because any party in the bit me tolerate what is going on. No be any bit me tolerate. So it is good that they have acted in this way. You see, already Professor Kwame na who book now. Somewhere in the book, or catch say Rollins had a problem and was detained the OBN. The whole NDC was at the premises of BNI at that time. Say that day, Seka Rollins said Dahoma Adiachia, there could have been political instability in the country. And what your story now, Okana? One cast story they say Obi no ye outsider. Tell you, what cast story they say Obi or ye NDC, a co-founder of PNDC and co-founder of NDC. So they knew what they had done at that time. I could have taken this country by surprise at that time. Can you? Or might be a political instability basis no. And you need na ye election ya to a wesimen pene. Burundi so bi ko kasa already so the create problem. Meboa. Okay. Cote d'Ivoire was an election dispute. Obi so there tribal war, obi there civilian war, obi there military war, obi there religious war. Ebia ne ye there na nkwankoye sa menkasemra. But nyankopo ni Ghana nsini Congo Brazzaville. Nyame ni Ghana nsini Congo Kinshasa. Nyame ni Ghana ensi South Sudan, Ethiopia ni Eritrea. Nyame ni Central African Republic. Ghana, Central African Republic, and Cote d'Ivoire. They have a whole basilica to have a divine alignment. Yet they experience a civil war. Namini Ghana and Liberia. We need to be very careful. The Biameka say enye don for ma e de bema Ghana ahye enye teacher for enye doctors enye obia se politicians e na bema Ghana ahye asemo asi yen kaba NDC yen kaba NPP yaka since Monday yakasa kasa che NDC for yakasa chira NPP for what we have to do ni say esi ni na take advantage of the AC no na ya fa ho adwe say this country san ye pay ho say de bia no ese so bi kwatra radio so ka asem a wonim want be substantiate first pa na kenye san na ye debate you bring your document, I bring my document. We speak to power. There are discussions. They make an watch I say. And then your malai will be about power. That is what and when you take it delight because as I said the party about power at any cost. You're careful. Near a same way abay NDC NPP ni party bi a join biano take advantage and reflect. Ne hunu say enye tiatiamu hunu enye didiatem enye lies ene betimi am a party stay power and as a party beba power. As simple like ABCD. Che ye ba beto aba no. Dele that's what I wanted to hear, you know, because at the same time
no problem. Dela what that also not Dela.
Yes, Yeba Tuaban. Dela them spoke against President Kufuor. Was something that Ujunwana want to say. Say baby and the tifia do to be cast as me President Kufuor. He apologized. Me boy. Can we tell us some our catch President Kufuor? You see NDC people on social media trying to post something about President Kufuor to justify what Kevin Taylor has said. And I don't get it. Sani appear who as a country. President Kufuor role is na konya omasem. Or the role is there no omasem. Let that deal omasem. But say akora kitwa the new swade. Akasetia a former president. And yes, no, then you get a DC person on social media reposting it. Now what creating impression justify at the end of Yam pagana ye did penny be at them, ye did him for them. Ye dear him for them. Now party, me party baba power that journey stay. Nene and Kurafa. Ma ayi di si obani mu a no ba dim panyimfo atam because we want our party to come to power. Let's reflect from all this. You reflect it. Ni refrain from all this.
Okay.
Ukocha radio so na wuni message. I don't go. Other boy Kojo betray. I have seen him started jotting something. Oba be kadi onim. Na net fan phone. Oba kadi onim. Enye didi atam NDPP rally Jackson Park. The party attendance over 40,000. No be abedina ho choboy NPP NPP for Macron who office NDC for message but they pay power.
Okay,
let us refrain from this.
All right,
near move on as a country as somewhere banner say try be and take advantage near nyai falsehood or class some no okay and yan the crack power nim sad yan the crack. When the person you can't throw what they are better radio, they will also get a radio stations that they don't hold them to their proof. We get radio stations or mama almost stations now be a vehicle for people to malign people, to insult people, to denigrate people, to beat war drums in the country. Some confiding now we have to start checking them.
Okay. All right.
It's okay.
But as any attending council guest take brought to you by a gentleman dental clinic limited 57 minutes past hour over here 8 a.m. Nana Ababetnas and Anake aspiring national organizer of the NPP in our face already seated Alexander Eko, former parliamentary candidate Botiano English and man from of the NDC so Atinase and a happy big birthday to Nanake. Today is his birthday. Alexander Nevia you better checking how far amana pa na je say any birthday ni de on kasa bebre ne kasa ni na ejina wo so yan kona fe mi nkofa Eyo Batampa Process Center for Embrana Fi Embeto Aso Sisia na Bebe Sisia.
Betumi anante ha so akoba no ho. Na saa akwa we omua ehunu a adisusun so biti se emo waju so pia najo. Ugusa waju so na bedu bebi ju so kan na se ama ho anya ha na waju so agu ho. Edidimu sa bedu bebi ju so kan na akoja so waju so a bachin kakra ansa na waju so ene de wu ni se nipa bebre nipa ni bi ho a se eduza level no a na a problem one when you can question about even at that stage because you have to change sa be a force say on toilet and san with me dey adwun so anu kwa na badwun so kitu bi na ba na enu aso project na so betuna ma wo badwun so be wi badwun so bi aka odwun so twa na mu ntenche na dwun so aka no asan kodwun so de dum sa bedu badwun so no betuna ma adwun so beja ebitumi ama waju so gu ho anim sajun so do juso be ka juso ewun ti sajun so do be pe na juso na eba on its own project na esa ebitumi ama osisi ayo ya ebitumi ama mama sam akofom ebitumi ama so waju so wi na odo be ma hye obo ha mu no be na juso bi esa so obam o pant ni mu eno aso na esa na sa yi we didim se bedu bebi no ta ko be so obaju so na juso na ka wa ya so tumi nju so asa okọ na de oba show ana de oba show bambam ni da twin so na ka wa yaso no ana mo hia kwan adwun so na afi na dwun so abeka de oba na abeka wa yasa no na udwun so fom de bia na yare we doctor fom hospital abofu mu hadru a omo edima u yare na ko unya uti musa something say ma bo so na so hospital do edima wono e manage udwun so no tam solution na do right and also the financial manage uju so no entu ya na se na we na yankopa do nyam ma hodru a etu ya na se ankasa ehunke project na ay kase no na project no se ay kase na conference uju so no ba medo no e be hunke no ama na normalize project no se do be ya susan so amabodi ya e be jaye na nti na do bia me kase se obi cho machi a wo project obi cho machi akwansem cho machi akwan a so dem nipa na sepa because she dey kasi nipa bi tumi ama pa an say obecho mechu akwan fi say me ankasa metie na me victim positive victim dey be ameka ya edu we ni me adum dey say me dey na metie a me nko ba bia nko pa ya show ba bia a manfo eba makachi deni na amehwe omo nti say wotimi nka man bi say bia say be usikanti tetru do obi aye aduma pesika dey but we are no a wo mu no ehu amwa na pesa mdema wo so wotumi ka menye ntifo yense nipa ni tim yie pa ni to na mamra wo ba mamu aduro a kono ma aduro be shinke pocket no ama ide ama wa ide unwato na pocket no ni susu so pa last mission so aya se e so roba na ebe wie ni se ebe cancerous cancer amina bitu na di nipa no ko ensedo no na yamiadum sisia so me hu aduru a etu esa cancer papa enye prostate cancer pe ti so timi kan so wo cancer and so ko hospital adagunzu aka so wo cancer of any kind cancer bia eso wo cancer bia pe machi akwan me no mani ni 0553 800 678 0553 800 678 bra wo ba no ofifi down ewo kaswa ni yanu kantimpon so wo ba your machine so hard be test to a confirm sampa wo positive in fact you need machine for cancer and you will be a test to a confirm doctor be I will test a confirm so what cancer you are good to go between aba and you will be a won so no min fan say mbei we do so akema won to me so wo ba mamu do within 40 minutes so to me so 40 minutes so to me so na enkoba say e be shock catheter and also we will be a do some count now do muchima sana but kakrebi na baba ba odu ha mama wa and so obetuna adu so free a woni how kra entino wotimi kan me mprim akoma me woni tifo so me kan no yansa ni etu anamo pemechi akwan na bra no kaswa baby the fifi prat last stop e o yan no kwantempo so udu kaswa uko bi say nchi main Kumasi station no uko wa wo say wo pe fifi down taxi we taxi na pedal we taxi the kache da banso ubi so batampa uso batampa bana to be 3 minutes no do makache wo ba your machines o why be test wo the test will not confirm so positive you are good to go. To be honest with you, at time most of the time you could even say testing so positive and many because say you for being a year when a conference anybody you be wa opinions and so and who are some different. It is a routine bar say positive kwade umbato na fina mamu aduro na ho ato. It is a make kan wasama na make ni bi so bi am ka say ya bo me say ngura me ho adwuma ya me pa ibenya miss of beje donatum because miss of beje donatum minim say obia yan show bia kateta hospital bio because we are na say hospital na say mo e medo manwa e be single hospital no e be na duna ya na ikase amya show roba yan show roba nti so utimi kan from no man so roba we e be ma fa no man bia no bitum da bo bia bitum da bo u papa bitum da bo nebi bitum da bo na nebi ukun bi bitum da bo nti no man 0553 800 678 0553 800 678 we were agent were across the country few other places we were agent Pusunyane the number 0539 122 799 Sunyane 0539 122 799 Kekos 0249 124716 Kekos 0249 124716 Kofodia 050 740 4737 Kofodia 050 740 4737 Bibiani 0243 686938 Bibiani 0243 686938 Kumasi 0249 496166 Kumasi 0249 496166 Takrade 0246 04 3458 Takrade 0246 04 3458 Takwa 0244 92 9401 Takwa 0244 92 9401 Bolga 0242 34 8790 Bolga 0242 34 8790 Swedru 0558 71 5581 Swedru 0558 71 5581 Upa aha Kessben TV ewa kra papa bi wo down where friend Mr. Francis wo New Town and I say I'm from Accra ni in the environs Adabraka Kokumemle Aveno Munda Hamuba be bi wo hato Obuase 0241 93 06 25 Obuase 0241 93 06 25 Doma Hinkrono Manasisa Doma no Manasisa Anuni 024 0541 0548 41 45 23 Doma Hinkro 0548 41 45 23 Mississippi Doma 0548 41 45 23 the maker say what's our condition anymore don't look any further Yamiachim Hodra he said the machine brand because I saw Catita bar very simple within 2 weeks obey Catitano say Akawayasin and lay out won't you shot Oba Mamu drew within about 40 minutes by you saw and I say I can't answer bra do cancer do ha acha 2 months say cancer session e dry up now we free and po and cancer positive pe obia we cancer of any kind bia ya na dum you ho dry bitu e drebo anti say wetin nkan
okay
don't look any further permechi akwan na ho beto me dem ase.
All right, yes, 7 minutes into 9 a.m. Just gone by Obatampa Process Center for Enenomo Edin Common Nana K at ha why ready na face or you Alex and Ekoko so I ready and twaso e wa hanma na fie fan komono and shisha so benfo mamunyi na money and happy birthday to you Nana K bibia bokọ de
nyame adom enia bibia bokọ
ntino birthday the next we are mini Alex na e betina o kan nim
na mama mi hu show
o say
na mama mi hu show
e ka se bia o de ye kona e bia e ko hwe nkwan yedima
yedima ene nyame adom me wonu anso wa ban mu die
o wa den
ese enenso be kaso ni mo san hye batakari afita wo ese oni me di birthday no
Alexo we are e betina o kan nim na so de ye ko joint fufu na fe.
Oh, problem yani
okay, that's it.
Me fa kwenya iso I wish you know happy birthday. Nyame enka ne ho. Na nyame mbo ne ho ban. Na o ma ne ahoden. Na the edanes ni so ni bia no. Nyame emanu embemu. Me wona brabo.
Amen.
Meaning there apart from politics no. We go beyond politics. I wish him very well.
Okay. All right.
I wish him well.
All right. Okay.
I go couldn't the crew must attention for a show program. Was the last week, my friend, regarding the constituency.
Yes.
Internal elections the other day. No, be who be a question. Also, I didn't have a question. I don't know how to say. We will get a job. So, maybe TV of the two.
No, station. No, that say a question.
It's a good chair. You ask for no hope.
Just for me, Chabunira.
All right. Nana, young family shas here 8 minutes a year, dear. MPP matters arising, international community, the demand for immediate intervention into the arrest of a certain personalities or more MPP. 8 minutes a year, dear. Wadama.
But I say, Kojo, Edika mentia Kessben, Ashafo ni oma omoti in radio ni so nyina. Na mentia omo monitor through Facebook and TikTok and then they say more why YouTube no crowd was mutimi fan live near all the social media handles no. Kojo amentia the serial callers, serial testers, communicators for all political parties in Ghana. Any serial commentators ni na Facebook administrators no. Mechia will be a yenu bi de modwuma moye no eso ye ni enim se emrepem no mo betwa so aba timamma ba mumbu Kojo ahumete pa yi na ohwe the manner in which meaning say somebody like Okoko in his private life he will not be happy with the certain things that are happening under President Mahama watch and Kojo so nim say communication adwuma yi President the professional and communication. A communication expert. And sometimes the errors in communication are sometimes we are now out nas and play words and back to you as are they way there. Be uncoming can they say, but because of any coffee popo bibri where ne buy no. So microphone the man I say when you be a bear but bejina kwechria. You may say certain things we need play in the back of my mind you regret even saying certain things. But we should be tolerant enough. That is a key word. Tolerance enough. Na yamwe homo de say enye niema ni nyina na say so as on my penny. Ghanaians didn't vote for you to come and arrest people who are making comments on social media, on radio, on things. No. That is not the reason why President Mahama was voted for. Kojo yente krimu President Akufo-Addo President Mahama dimbe na no frɛ no enye opana yanum titles akese do de me ma no what is say mampani Akufo-Addo comment say Mahama frɛ no opana enti ahye na naso work because and you see these seasoned politicians, when you meet them one-on-one, they are very fun to be with. Wasn't be our kind way back be or no what you know, was here or Kyle. What now can say, no one catch a human son in you know, what I said, was so crying. But I'm surprised coming into government and so Biako posted Doomso. Said Doomso is back. See, the person has been arrested. Really? Kojo, when you heard that, what are you doing about him? Obia posted said Doomso is back. So the person has been arrested for posting Doomso is back. Near do me light to fear Doomso near Doomno. Kojo last 2 weeks, you better than Hanuman near complaining bitterly about the way I lighted Doomno because we know in our area. Which Nipana Sema Okan, he is speaking to the fact. The SC one only fear no Okan was him. So why do you arrest him? Another school of thought on the Abahon say yes, a signpost now. For what do you call it? Artwork now, no designer, yeah, or should also do so is back now. Yes, we'll be saying artwork, you know, signboard now use you was only an idea. AI na fedi will be out to AI no. I could just say before now we see AI now the churo doom so is back. Was a signboard now the told so near media. I see a doom. AI is here doom. AI is see Bollywood boy. I mean, you don't seem to understand what is happening. Have you reduced governance to this level? And I buy na kwa kuni pepi wo momuni ya jumedi ena we no moye. Kojo, you know very well say me. So obi kasa kasa fin ni e freno na ye punish na. I will never sit here and defend it. But some makonsi ye obi akwachiro you doom so his back. Ni ya si ya chini pano. We got to be serious as a nation. Kojo, enkrofoni ya jumaye wa bayinim. Ene simhunu no mo so. What is this? Yanti o memu na mo kofa the same AI. Ekwati mampani akufu aduti. Ediko si obema ponster mua. Kojo minim so video ni bia.
Yeah.
Abranti ebi oni obe da na mo de mampani akufu aduti ko si so. Money nam kromanum free. Sam George, a sitting member of parliament, afraid the sitting president say we are useless. Why not say no?
Kessben 92.9.
Etimu de munni abotre. I am very surprised under the watch of communication experts and the HE communicators. So Biako Kase, Doomso is back. Now is it false? I don't pay me by your doom light. Meaning say banana light to fear. Me by your doom no. And if I sit here and I tell you that Doomso is back in my house, now so want to say possible. Because me fear your doom no. Nonsense was the dear. Who ko fear the rare? Around this leg one enclave. Esum tum.
Yeah.
Monday omo de sum.
Yeah.
Tuesday omo de mu.
Yeah, me PFI OBP runabout.
Yeah.
Na
everybody
yeah, ebi do baby
and not do as late as
dark.
I think 8 p.m.
Yeah.
And then who saw more transform and the ECG for Jinaso. I think they have been off for about 2 days or so.
Yeah, when you dark.
So Obi to this area. No catch you say Doomso is back. I was my channel. I don't seem to get it, Kojo. I don't understand. If you will be able to explain to me better, if you are Doomso is back now, what you are in your channel, and it's AI signboard will be see any be a different thing. But the yati any Doomso is back now, what you in your channel.
Okay.
Which I know very well. Sasa Mampeni Nima, and I know President know it very well. These things is tarnishing the image of this nation. The international community are watching us, and we are disgracing ourselves. And then, we will talk about this MP Ayakochen in Netherlands.
Yeah.
Ghana for can was some names and
yeah.
And Kojo,
Mate.
I'm also not happy. Say Sadi NBC, but you're so cheap to the international community, no. so they don't regard us. Shabrant obedi nam krom ade Ghana for ma bedi da anyhow Russia for so mu releasing in it. Releasing it China. But yet in the name of romance come. Ghana for mo anka se ko under your arch. Pushing Ghana for nyina come America for yem for muntum. Fene is a muna akwaso a sitting member of parliament. A sitting member of parliament. Oh, your phone, sir. No, I shall also.
Right, Alex, Mamintio on this matter now. If you call other matters,
Is it?
Yes, sir.
Mamintia Ashafo, any tifo in Anope. Na Mechia NDC, Abusian in Yaraso. When him say, we are doing our branch reorganizations. Also the Indian and party for so or mobile more or hopper and say me more BBR or NDC no me shannon crana or mon year juma pano and famboa party no. Meanwhile, you see, Jerry, Honorable Jerry, no the petition no call a while. So no lady,
it's a party here, party in
okay. Yo,
executives to the
you see, every organization has every right. So we feel say maybe enkoya, you have every right. Channel be a upe say, democratic. Now where to me I use to the seek redress for the issues now. No, you have every right to do it. Now, the question, any say, is free speech under threat in any way? The answer is no. Free speech is not under threat.
Kessben 92.9.
Many Nanake, you better have the Bia, Obia Canadrin, or not me, boy, not the statistics, then you know, Obia arrested. Omo amremo radio station bi ameko obi arrest me ta. You know, so say you see free speech there any free speech no. There any sa free speech na ye kano constitution no a guarantee sa free speech no e di magana di bia no. There any that free speech no. Free speech then say metumi akeka nsema wo mra minim se minni ejinaso bia e dia fa wafa na na ke hu na ma sorry akese o free speech se ma kam ana metumi adidi no atem na ma ka se e free speech ana metumi aka nsema minim se sa asemi ya meke enukware bia enim na me dia to so eno ne free speech na na. So say you see free speech, there any free speech no. You see, we are building a nation now. Say yan share, a time will come. Won't shake up one cassa will bar. Why wouldn't know? But now when him no I can't question some media chiro. Because of who say in Quadabi to me now or more can't question some editor and pennyful. Is that the kind of nation we want to build? Me, their minim say, ye can't free speech. Say, Niama e koso war mine no mo. Efa ye development hu, efa ye progress hu, efa ye nkabom hu asem e war mine mo no. Me so mit chire madwin e wo so. No bia entumi nka chire me say, me kama no entum. That is free speech. Passesia, there ye can say free speech. Obi be sorage na ho na wadidi mpenifo atem, wadidi asofo atem, na wadidi chiefs atem, na echese oboa ye di man mpenifo no. Eni ho. Recently, ye nyina ye hu video bi elko run Methodist osofo any the church member na mami ya sorry also for preachy. You understand me? Now what sorry, now what attacking?
Kessben 92.9.
Oh, sorry then. You understand me? And people came out to say that Mamino you bold. Obi show disrespect like this. I say the panu you bold. You understand me? You see, correcting and now making Obi and who say the okay you know winning in yadri no does not mean say you should attack the person. Now we be insult no. And but these days no, and no na ekoso wo ye memo. And na ye nyina ekoso oh we oh ye very bold. Or to me can the obi and to me can and you understand me? We dey o akukudro. Sebi obi kanya san asem wo a na sa nipa no ye hu say sa nipa no wo akukudro. You know, so it's the country we are building no enu na higher. You see, Nana K Kasai Nana K Kasai Nyano. He bases this on one of the arrester or Kasai Nipano Ekoposi said Dumso Aba. Said no na yenam so Eko Fasa Nipana. I think that is rather unfortunate. Because I don't see because doom so yeah
better explanation.
Yeah doom so say me yenyina ya kan bi ana yen kan you have last 3 weeks last 4 weeks me no be try ha wo kan ho asem obi chi wo. So that's what I'm saying that say a note na ye ko find by then that is rather unfortunate say bibi sa then esi but me ni wo yenyina ye nim abronye the method of communication. Maybe see to say all national issue be not all criticizing national issue no not all chere kwanya obi faswa obetumi aye ne yi. I have never seen him. Their meeting they be every no attempt didi now no attempt didi ordinary kasa di party for odi omo attempt odi ayinfo attempt odi pastors or do be atem ewo maimu. Such a person do we have to allow or say yen tran na yen hwe han na yen manu nkoso enye de oye no baby inti me some of these things no we should begin to talk to our own people. You understand me? Our party people, we need to talk to them because wow in say me buy no others about montin so abekasa. Now the omobe can ye crapo no crapo or more assassin no because all of you in the MPP no one and a cochino say all veteran radio so all Canadian one and a chino. You know, so they should stop those things. I have heard the honorable minority leader Afinyo Maakye and the yemi ya pass as a leader because as a leader no we cry for politics are here no there are times almost on cry for mudi wechi no omo kikemu no mo yeniyama. You understand? That is the time as a leader no you calm them down. You calm them because the leaders no you don't speak just anyhow. Enti yemi ya pa but on one kasa ne kasa no okan no ohun say kasa no wan kan yie enu to no one kasa can say he's ready, he's waiting. Say you be a friend say oh this legal term we can say judge no contempt or can say omudi contempt we beba you understand he's waiting. And she say on one kasa I will plead with him Afinyo Maakye would tell me an opay mesrew what you said was very very bad is but looking at your position no our advice say you will apologize. You apologize. You understand me? Because baby, I won't, you don't make those kind of comments. That is far below the belt. You understand? And then so me sorry, Yes, Salam Mustafa. You understand? So when you make this kind of statement, you understand? It's very very serious.
Why didn't he see us?
Salam Mustafa.
Salam is
the Oka I mean, it shouldn't be coming from a party, a national party executive. No. That you are going to weaponize your people
and make the country
and create extremely. He used the word extremely. I mean, ungovernable. I mean, no. These are things. When you make comments like this, and the security people calls you, because when somebody said that they is going to weaponize people and create extremely, that can be termed as treason. So if you are called or you are arrested to come and answer questions, Ubeka say MPP for chimo.
Right.
You know, but the comment you made is very bad. And I have also seen another thing. Can say Nana B. Mebwa will know to know why. You understand me? Ono so about see dia afenyoma koka no as a political party no. That's what I say as a political party they are in total support. So MPP4, that is the kind of mindset abo so mbe ya nkrofo. You know, let's be honest with the politics. So.
Right.
And let's do politics sebi ebe buaye nyina.
Okay.
Which and when people who misbehave and now omuko wayward and they are being called to order, no, don't be supporting those people because buaye nyina.
Okay.
Bua. It's to me, no. I think say yes, they have every right to submit a petition, but they almost submit it, you know. There is absolutely nothing. There's no law. There's nobody and our institution say or fighting against free speech.
Okay.
And cannot pay something to me better. So what I came to me, but one case I want to meet her. But yeah, we are speaking to issues. Issues now about and no pepe na ye kano, but yeah, did you be at him?
Yeah. All right. But I say, my cancer say Kingdom Medical Center, say cancer says open hospital papa kopadia, nay Kingdom Medical Center, and as say oko na oko ji wayaresa ewo honom sana se honom and a wokwa ubetumi nya ayaresa ye pa. I don't know say open general medical services specialist OPD and after internal medicine specialist gynecologist and after fertility services padia. Me pachowa ko Great Kingdom Medical Center na ko ji wayaresa ewo honom yen my pay surgery aye no so no ye ko hod my benya surgeons papa or metumi ahwe say plastic reconstructive surgery a BBT say a BB or liposuction and tummy tuck urology and afeso ENT me kan ye nose and throat for pa dia ope aye bibi obenya aye bibi papa na doctors wo ho pa dia nina aye Great Kingdom Medical Center ho NSS wo ko ope dental x-ray so ho no NSS wo ko fully equipped laboratory services wonsa ebeka omo wo Akropon omo ben Kingdom Estate honum and omo ben from on 0593 722619 0593 722619 after 0530 848502 0530 848502 now a Great Medical Center for AD and Komo. Now woko a hospital na woke hu so say opese onya pomodin so pa de na Kingdom Garlic capsules in omo bitters no here papa ope immune booster papa now for release stress, anxiety, arthritis and after so sano na treat hypertension, stroke and after so heart disease about controlling cholesterol pa there na a Kingdom Garlic capsules and bitters and I will be here so and a member for sexual weaknesses, waist pains, mental stress and after so insufficient energy party and patronina a Kingdom ginseng power capsules and no be and here so and a tremendous capsules and also a emma for infections and after menstrual disorder and after bad odor party ope a tremendous capsules in be able bar bibia betumi akoye amount o pedudo to party yenko a Kingdom Herbal Center for Howo Kanshi Drug Lane and after yenko a pharmacies and after herbal shops to be a yensabe kebi a omemu hanum from a numbers no now no more ND and Komo and numbers is 0597 298 855 0597 298 855 and that's 055 976 1144 055-976-1144. Now new omo ending komo kingdom or say no challenger. And that brings me back to Nana K on this issue of we exiting from the IMF. Is it a good sign? Emma Yenina announced to say the opposite way. Emma Yenina Nana. Na me bisa say IMF ya finance minister Becca Chase CCA there ye free mu na emu no ahoto na eba beba eno nti no ye nhwe anim say new economic ye finance frama ebebo wo memu hanu nti see the IMF na ye kapa there say ye kwakoji sika pa wo ho there ye nkoji sika bium na emu no akwankyere ene enema ba ko mienu miense bi eseso mo ne yetena na omo straight mine necessary ehwe ho enkomodie eno mo na kofa ECG privatization no eba ya na omo kase chinchina chin and this is ebeba so say ebema revenue side of the ECG no yetumi aye ne ye because it's one of the places ohwe state enterprises ni na so eboka ye pa and it na sefata say ehwe na etumi recover aye niema ewo ECG sina be ya ebetumi abo so one of the things AIMF has to do with re-looking to the power sector, especially ECG, to enable them recover as it is the way they have to do, because we're looking at almost about 80 billion every single year SSR buying SNDCK Eshimobium. Madama, Mamintio on this one 55 Nafi Yanfanko Yenim. Yes, sir.
I think sir, me need very much to say about this.
Okay.
IMF free mono, but the me person me can one say it's a very positive sign. So the sovereignty of the nation. Na the be just here the sovereignty ne ego ko shi obi ase. And watching and more aduane ayentoni ekwan yemfa so nya recruitment and all those things, you know. Me feel say you betimi ade ho ne ade ho ya we process ne ya start nya krama out entirely. And I'm just praying say as a citizen and as a good citizen, maybe be boni be ento mine best and push here they call IMF back. These are some of the things our brothers couldn't do, and they were happily the MPPs who are called IMF, I hear one do those kind of things they were doing. I think the politics should move away from this kind of pettiness and this kind of unnecessary comparison than things. You see, because I believe, sir, if you have a better ideology to develop a nation, you can still come out with a manifesto that will catch people's attention. Beman Crawford fall in love with your manifesto and vote for you. We don't need to wait for the party in government to so be fairly and sana what me and bibiaka. What you must say, Kojo. So for me, and what I believe in, I think it's a positive sign. I will plead with the government of the day, say, Omonya Jumadin, no mon kaise, where I sometimes have problems with them. We all knew what we went through in 2022. From 2020, COVID time coming, the whole world near Ghana. To the extent that Ghana inflation to me rise here to 50-something%. Year free abemu 2024 no. Now recovery system now started speedily. Because from 54 all the way to 22. What I say? Inflation now drop it. So you could understand, say, now you started recovery process. No? Mobile, mobile, homoding. And what the amount for more NDC seminar, MPP Nasha say, yen to us on man vanko. And I commend you for that. No master must say, SAR system na.
Your opposition, you catch them say. The amoye be a papa be a buy a bet to us. That's exactly what we did.
But that's in 2 person catch the hospitals and 1 and your papa.
Oh, yeah, papa, ya can't say a bet to us. But
no.
No. Ya can't say a bet to us. Ya can't say a bet to us.
Because we minister, we health minister, Kojo block a seat ready now. Sergeant 111 ya dem betimi ato aso.
Oh no, I can't say a bet to us.
And I'm saying we've
made a proposal to that effect.
And I'm saying
aban any scanner or the
me time we invite
missionaries sorry or more was actually
no to be the meja ma don kanwi
sorry or more
entu manenka about the member how
me buano
boy say what me time ni nyina I am saying say go wo pepas go him say at the pause here to us o minister say on to us oh minister what about Bontia Bekachre Ghana for one health minister the power is not in your hands it's in the minister's hands
also somebody 11 35 and
I say on mining nisika or the bet was agenda 111 project and he started bashing and was back beam say or bet try so bet me in faces at the Yahoo they bet to me into a more target 11.
Okay.
But the earlier statement was that they were not willing to continue that project. And the president himself catching Ghana for say a over ambitious project. President Mahama, that's what he told President Akufo-Addo. Sanje da 111 year over ambitious. And yet realistic. Enti ena oko bunumemu ono ehini ya o say na ni beji so obeye si ya call am this say danzo be di no say eto da ye kan say bi ye sabi ba no sisi bi aso ye nwini nkwachiri o oman hini mu ase he will be happy to be called the senior caller of NDC danzo obeye hini. Well, eti okwa o hini say Mr. President Akufo-Addo bresu oye akwan we ma oye market we oye owie no agenda 111 baby o masi edi no sebon to aso a ye de edi mo to aso maye because ye hia what you say ye hia ti ye de edi mo to aso maye Kojo so hwe de we a mesi address ohene na asem no me de manusi simi na sukura san ba mu but the be akoye NDC ni bi na ye MPP ni bi na kan ya ko bedi na tem onim de ntia Kevin Taylor some catch him and Penikofu akafa no. All this one is my comment no. Because I feel say we don't need to give that guy a hype on 7 class 7 ekoso no. Kojoti say to me nyansenim. Ask me why. And I will tell you say those comments no kwatena ni own making what progress na dey bre o man. Ekwa ko kaso kan se mi fa abro nye ho. Also a sharp bronye many time. Who say what the solutions be ba. Solution be na Kevin Taylor dey ba Ghana memo. Apart from insult.
Okay.
And if I may ask, what he said about President Akufo, what impact will he make in this economy? I know how President Mahama respects President Akufo, but I'm also surprised. Say up to date, uncommented on Sasamna, Kevin Taylor Kafa President Akufo. Because Kojo, me bube, me nim so me ehwe, and TikTok for we be chat, e be kwa kokuma na obedi matem, many problem. But what I'm telling him is that, and penifo se wunyini ya, yensre akwetia.
Okay.
E ye kasa emu dupe yi.
Okay.
Se wunyini ya, yensre akwetia.
Okay.
At your age, you are laughing at almost 90-year-old man. Say, oh, yari, or tihiche, or you lazy. What be really or my pain? We all know accident of a paninya. I didn't quite do pempen so woman. Now, could the wine and corner the ben and need to say, I just will be assisting me and son and may be a metimia. Wine and ben and need to say, and this young man is, I mean, using this man's sickness to insult him.
For 3 minutes.
What can one you careful? How can I be about what actually? But only very careful.
Okay. Well, just about 2.5 minutes. Been after you, Mammy. Still, wait a show. My time now. Exactly 9:45. Number point.
Then my main clarify BB Kaka FR agenda 111.
Don't can in it,
can say we will not complete it. What we said is that government is cash strapped. At the end to me, Yasika, you bet to me, Eddie Ayunira. They are buying bet to me, I know, obey. but we are talking to churches or more interest in the health sector. We are talking to individuals or more interest in the health sector. Na jomo to me so aye ewo mono na ye di amo no mo aye no mo operate omo ti omo sikana no mo di ama buying back. So these are all things are costly because we believe that said you and the 111 no say district bianya hospital yeah, you understand me, but the sikana at that time if the president have said okay me year 20 at the time no the sikano share 20 by this I will have 20 hospitals okay. Will be attended to. And nothing at times I can and yes say we are against the project totality. Right. Now IMF Freeman they are the papa and but the most important thing is the stability ayanyano quite ben so to maintain the stability. Okay. Now ye no will not go back to the challenges and I think that was the main reason why Minister Oneye Kasawasi they are going to follow the IMF or call into some voluntary agreement be or PIC. Okay. Now in that voluntary agreement no Ghana yankasa share your economic policy. Sure. Yes, share your economic policy in the but you IMF quite say they should review it and make public assessment of it every 6 months. Just to make sure say we ourselves you can't say we are on course and we are doing it. And I think the economy you can boils down to discipline. Yeah. Discipline to me and maintain yankasa ye discipline okay. And not at times MPP for hear me because there are a lot of economic issues. All right. You understand? So they should focus on those issues. Okay. I'm sure say if we have a very responsible opposition or focusing on the rare issues, maybe we will not even need the IMF for this PCI. All right.
Mami nya birthday to na fini everybody and say happy birthday to Nana Kojo Yeboah Nana K, the aspiring national organizer of the MPP. Happy birthday to you, my brother. Happy birthday to you, Nana Kojo Yeboah Nana K, aspiring national organizer of the MPP, the big man himself. Yeah, crashing in here. Happy birthday. And then a happy birthday to Honorable Nicholas Amankwa, homeboy. MP Amenfi East constituency. Happy birthday to you, Chairman. Happy birthday to you. Another wonderful friend. Happy birthday to you, homeboy. And then a happy birthday to Dennis Akosa Bwampon. And the camp, they call you. Another good friend. Happy birthday to you. Our Kessben Sports. Happy birthday. And then a happy birthday to out of mercy, we are health practitioner, we are power specialist, special hospital. This one is from your loved ones and your entire family. And then Ginger, happy birthday to you. And then a happy birthday to Gift Yamo Mensa, a fashion designer at Community 1 Tema Market. This one from your brother-in-law Morris of Kessben Media. Happy birthday to you, Gifty. And then a happy birthday to Ali Baba Dankambari of ABN. Oh, okay, Dankambari, ABN. Happy birthday to you, gentlemen. And then a happy birthday to Benedict Banfu Bibi. This one is from your siblings. Happy birthday to you, Benedict. And then a happy birthday to Mrs. Chumesi from Ezekiel. Happy birthday to you. And then a happy birthday to Mrs. Odum. This one is from Mr. Odum and the Boache family. Happy birthday to you. And I'm DJ Mediano ABCA. Leaving you in the good hands of the Chelsea man, who is going to give us all the full fabulous hooray